Good evening, everyone. We're going to call the July 9th regular meeting for the East Haven Economic Development Commission to order at 7 p.m. And we will do a quick roll call. David Gertz.
Here.
Amy Durbach. Here. Lori Majorano's here. And Rich Capola. Here, we have a quorum. So would everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, has the regular meeting minutes from our last meeting were emailed out to everyone for review prior to tonight's meeting? Has everyone had a chance to look over the May 14th meeting minutes?
Yes.
Any comments? Discussion? No?
Look good to me.
Hearing none, a motion to approve? Motion,
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, and Rich, do we have any correspondence?
So right now, as far as zoning permits, 20 Newton Street, 990 Foxen Road, Newton Street approval for new sign for Academy Designs. At 990 Foxen, which has been the address I think we've spoken about the most over the past year plus. Approval for new use for Five Guys Restaurant, and also approval for new use for Go Health Urgent Care. So Go Health being the one non-coffee food type of building there. So Five Guys, the first one, the one, if you've been by there, furthest along is Chipotle. And then Five Guys, you can see that kind of the structure where Starbucks is going to be, and then the others to follow, Jersey Mike's, we just said Five Guys, Chipotle, and the Starbucks will be on the end unit. So, in fact, I rode past the other Starbucks across from TJ Maxx the other day, and that is starting to look like a Starbucks.
Yeah, that's moving along.
That's coming along pretty nicely. So, in terms of site plan reviews, 744 Main Street, application for a site plan review for a convenience store known as Prince Convenience Store. That was denied due to a lack of appearance at a meeting. 480 Short Beach Road, application for a site plan review for the new location of Monaco's New Haven Truck and Auto Body, approved with conditions. 250 Bradley Street, application for a site plan review to locate a warehouse space for a business known as Happy Day Rentals. That has been approved. 519 Laurel Street, application for a site plan review for a motor vehicle repair business and dealer known as Nationwide Sales, approved. 519 Laurel Street, application for a site plan review for a motor vehicle repair business and dealer known as Javier Auto, that was approved. 851 Foxen Road, application for a site plan review to expand a restaurant's food preparation area and storage capacity, an office and a bathroom, to within an existing basement area. That has been approved. Text amendment to the zoning regulations, a petition for a text amendment to the East Haven zoning regulations regulating the principal retail sales of tobacco, vapor products, CBD products, and accessory items. Public hearing is scheduled on that for September 2nd. So I think what, in a small way, I think when we had Joe Boudreau here, we talked about kind of what is generally the slow time for this type of activities. Although the times, and usually every day at some point, usually in the morning, I'll stop by planning and zoning and kind of talk with those guys about, you know, some things that I know, things that they know, so on and so forth. But I think we're starting to see a little bit of the activity growing. I printed something because it's been a while, and when Rite Aid's closed, obviously that was that was difficult on us, and then we unfortunately had the Walgreens as well. But during that time, I talked about what we saw nationwide, which was hundreds across the country, as I said. Now, what I just printed, and I'm pretty sure this is close to being up to date, but in summary, from 2024 to 2026, Rite Aid closed 1,048 stores nationwide, with the majority of the closures occurring in 2025 and 2026 as part of its final liquidation phase. So, keeping that in mind, and for people like myself around the country, it's okay, what do we transition to? And a lot of what I saw was dollar stores and the like, where I think we all agree we're pretty well set there. We all like them, but you don't want to have too many. There were a couple of things that were sort of close calls, a gym being one of them. But as of the other day, person I spoke with connected to the Rite Aid on Hemingway Avenue. That will be hopefully announced very soon. So that would make all 3 Rite Aids now with new ownership.
Spoken for? Oh, good.
All spoken for. The Walgreens, as I've said before, is the tough nut to crack, because fortunately for the owners of the building, not so fortunate for the town, is the fact that the lease for Walgreens goes, I believe, another 5 or 6 years. So there's no incentive, unfortunately for us, again, great for them, but there's no incentive to fill that space when they do nothing and collect a pretty handsome paycheck. But it doesn't mean we stop at that. I've connected the owner of the building with some different businesses. I had someone approach me probably about 2 months ago now, looking for 12 to 15,000 square feet, and that was the top draw at the time. That and the Rite Aid on 10 Hemingway Avenue, and so they did inquire, wanting to buy the building, but the owners of the Walgreens are not selling because, again, they're collecting a nice paycheck monthly and for a while now. So I think the challenge for us is to try to come up with someone that will make it worth their while. So that's going to be a little bit difficult, or someone that is someone who's willing to lease, and then I would imagine, and Laura, you could probably speak to this too. I'd imagine it would have to be someone that was that would do like a 10 or 15-year lease, so it goes beyond the lease they still have with Walgreens.
Similar end user, likely with the parking situation there too.
Exactly. I still think there's ways to get around that. Certainly behind the bank and parking back there after, say, 5 o'clock.
Sure.
And I did have a restaurant that was interested, citing all the events that we have on the green now. Right. But they're not going to need an 11,000 square foot building. And I asked if they would chop it up, and even though would make it where you'd have to find several businesses rather than one, but if we could get 2,500, 3,000 square foot restaurant in there, wouldn't that be great?
Sure.
And but if you own the building and you're going to say yes to that, then you've got to be prepared to put up a wall, put in another restroom, probably sprinkler. I mean, it gets involved, and they have to spend money when, quite frankly, right now they don't have to spend a dime.
So it would be nice to see somebody else in there before the end of the lease, but it's great news on the Rite Aids for sure.
Yeah, and I think you've heard me say it all along that I think we have to be aggressive and go after. It's kind of unusual. I have heard from some of the agents that I've dealt with, and believe it or not, some of business owners who I've reached out to that have said to me, wow, it's really cool to see someone doing that. But I think we're in a position where we have to do that. So,
Absolutely.
Sometimes if you knock on, 19 doors first, maybe the 20th is
Yeah.
the one that says, come on in.
That's the way it
Right
works.
there. Sounds like the Bobby Bonilla deal.
To those who don't know, still recently, he played for the Mets and he signed a contract 25 years ago.
Yeah.
He's still being paid $1 million something a year.
Really nice
So it
to
was
know.
all deferred payments.
And he hasn't played in God knows how long.
They call it Bobby Bonilla Day, Bobby Bonilla Day in New York.
But-
You keep on trucking, you'll get somebody.
Yeah, again, I think, and what I like too about, hopefully now with the library open again, hoping to see not only people obviously using the library, and while we learned a lot about how people missed it, but the businesses here in the building we're in here now with a couple of restaurants that hopefully, it creates a little bit of foot traffic and people will come. I want to just make a note before I forget, speaking of the library, as part of America 250, we've tried to think of different activities that the fireworks show is always spectacular.
The town hall looked great.
Yeah, town hall looked great, but I thought, what can we do that maybe, because everyone does fireworks just about, and what can we do that's a little bit different, and that where I can use some contacts to create something. So, from a sports standpoint, what was considered America's pastime for many, many years? Baseball.
Baseball.
So we are going to, I've called upon two friends. One is a gentleman, a Hamden native named George Grand, who was an ESPN original, did the first ever ESPN Sports Center, did the St. Louis Cardinals, the Yankees, and the Cincinnati Reds for many years. Has a ton of baseball knowledge and experience. And the other one is a great writer from the Hartford Courant named Dom Amore, who grew up on either Boston Avenue or Mass
Oh,
Avenue.
really?
Just over, I think, over the line into New Haven, but
Yeah.
I tell him that we claim him. And so Dom was the Yankees beat writer for the Courant for many years,
Oh,
still
yeah,
writes for the
I read
Courant.
his stuff.
So the three of us are going to put together kind of an interview and let some of the residents who come out be able to ask questions of any of us. And that's going to be on next Tuesday, July 14th.
Like a
At the library?
podcast of sorts?
It's live, so
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
asking
that's gonna be
people.
great.
Yeah, we're
That's
asking
great.
people, so 5:30 to 7:30.
So that's
Okay.
the 14th?
That's the 14th. We're asking people to register in advance.
And where can they do that?
So I can give you,
Okay.
as we're talking, you can tell me your
Is
thoughts
it,
about
is it on the town website to register?
Library website.
It
right?
is on, yes, it is on the library website. Let me
Oh,
go back to
okay, so
something.
go to the
There's-
library website.
There's also someone's name and email that I'm going to give you
Okay.
as soon as I get it.
But for starters, if anyone's listening right now, go to the library website and you'll be able to sign up and register. If you have to, and you do want pre-registration
Yes,
for
we
this
do.
event.
We
Yep,
do want
okay.
pre-registration, and as an added bonus to keeping with the theme, hot dogs and apple pie and all that. Well,
Fun.
Eric Hummel is a friend of mine. Eric, his family has owned Hummel hot dogs
Sure.
for many years,
Yeah.
so he is
Nice.
going to be donating hot dogs and the
Oh,
like.
this will be a fun
Those are
event.
good hot dogs.
So they're excellent hot dogs. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can tell you
I think that.
because I don't have as much experience as I had. I think I covered 7 World Series. George Grand blows that away, and Dom has equally.
Right,
so
right.
it's just so many stories that are out there
Oh,
about
that's
the
gonna be a
game,
great time.
which has gone on forever.
What a
And-
great thing to do here.
Yeah, and it's a great, and why not show off the library at the same
Yeah.
time?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, so
you
to
have-
register, you can email C. Hemingway
that's it.
at hagmanlibrary.org or call 203-468-3890. Or go to the library website and it'll link you to it.
And that's not, obviously not that's all. I mean, Laura, you can talk about upcoming things for the chamber, and of course,
Sure.
Amy, every
a
Sunday
vibrant-
morning. So, yeah, now's your time to get that
A
out there as well.
vibrant Main Street now that the library is open
Right.
again. And thank you for your director's report. I think we skipped over correspondence. Do we have any?
No.
No correspondence, okay. So then, as you just mentioned, there's so many other things going on right now, so we're going to skip to new business, other business. So, Amy?
So this Sunday at the Farmers Market is our second annual Family Fun Day. This year we have 44 different tables or tents a combination of businesses and organizations. We'll have face painting, games, crafts, activities, music. We have a 12-year-old that's going to perform. We have Rob's Toddler Tunes, known from the library, also performing, and a magic show. We'll have plenty of giveaways. This year we have a new produce vendor, Beckett's Farms, out of Glastonbury. They also make their own jams and sauces. We have baked goods. We have gluten-free baked goods as well. We have a new vendor out of Brantford Birdhouses. They're beautifully done, and he can't keep them on the shelf, which is fantastic. So he'll be there this Sunday.
But they'll be on the shelf here.
Yes, they will. And then we have a shaved ice trailer coming, and of course dirty sodas and freeze-dried candy. But so many great vendors this year. But Sunday's going to be really exciting. It's going to line Hemingway and Main Street and kind of kitty corner down towards the gazebo where the magic show will be at 10 o'clock. And Shoreline Nursery right in East Haven. So if you had any trees damaged during that storm, come on down and see them. They got great trees.
I think it's wonderful.
He's coming to fix mine.
That's
There
great.
you go. It's wonderful to have, a lot of the businesses locally, but also when you get someone from, say, Glastonbury, that has to be a good feeling because
You
it's a
do.
distance that they're coming. So word is out there, and good for you, good for us.
Yeah, we have vendors on typically at our market, from all over the state. We have East Haven, North Haven, Hamden, Wallingford, New York, Cheshire,
Wow.
Brantford, Milford, Oakdale, Glastonbury, West Hartford, Durham, New Haven, Mystic, all coming to our market to sell to
It's a
you.
That says a
destination.
lot. Great
That's
job
great.
with the
That's
farmer's
good
market,
job.
Amy.
And one of our vendors at the farmers market, Sherry's Sweet Treats, she's also a youth services commissioner. She's working with
And on the chamber.
and on the chamber. She's working with the chamber to do an event in August that I'm really excited about.
She's been trying to do this for a long time. This is Sherry's baby.
So it's a kids entrepreneur fair where kids run businesses on the green, much like a market, selling their own items. So I'm really excited. This is something she's talked about, like she said, for years, and I've been really excited to see how it's flourished. And I know my nieces signed up and they're selling bookish items, but they have everything from, I think somebody's doing dirty sodas, and they have all kinds of businesses they're going to run. So, and they're going to be prizes and judging.
Yep.
But you have to come down and see these kids and the hard work they put into whatever their business or their art is. So that is August 29th from 10 to 2 on the East Haven Town Green. And if you want to sponsor the event to help give these kids some great prizes, you can go to the chamber website or Facebook, and they'll have the link for how you could sponsor it. And they're really affordable sponsorships that, like, even I can do. So it's a really good thing for kids in our town to be able to do something and really teach them a skill that all kids should learn.
And the kids did it all themselves.
Yep.
They applied. They are doing all of the work. They're really learning what it is to run a business.
And they learned, and I was able to be one of the judges. Sherry has a workshop, and I guess it's the right phrase for it, but at Momogwin School, and we were judges for
Okay.
cupcakes. And they had cupcake wars, and the kids were so excited. It was really great to
That's
see.
a great thing.
It is such a good thing.
It's
It's
fun
great
for the
thing.
kids, and it's
Yeah,
developing
it's-
those young
it
entrepreneurs, and we
comes-
need them.
yeah.
And
The
she's a
future
local,
helps.
she's a local East Haven. She went to East Haven High School. Her business
What's your last
is
name?
Sherry
Bicknell.
Bicknell. Her business is in East Haven, and she really does work hard for our community. She's on the library board now too, because I was like, oh, I like your energy.
Eating cupcakes is a dirty job, and somebody's got to do it.
And a couple other events that are coming up in July. One in July is the Chamber's Business After Hours. Now, I say chamber, but this is open to residents. It's open to anybody can come. You do not need to be a chamber member to come to any of these events. The chamber just hosts them. So if you want to get out and network, we have plenty of members of the chamber who do not run businesses. They're just civic members. So come out, meet your neighbors. They're great places to network, meet people, and really just enjoy the beautiful space we have here in East Haven. So July 21st, it's 5:30 to 7:30. It's a business after hours, at Village at Mariners Point. It's right on the water. It's beautiful. They do a great job every time they host something. And then on August 19th, mark your date, it's the 15th annual Lobster Palooza. This is the Chamber's signature event every year. It's 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Anthony's Ocean View. Both of these are up on the Chamber website. You can go onto the easthavenchamber.com, click on events, and you can see anything going on that is either hosted by the Chamber or a Chamber member for their own business. So there's a lot of stuff on there. Again, August 19th, Lobster Palooza, 6 to 10 at Anthony's. And lastly, the September 12th, we have our business showcase on the green that is in conjunction with the Fall Festival. So that is 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, September 12th, and that's also on the Chamber website.
Let me add one more thing too.
Sure.
We've talked about Walgreens as well. So, you know, I think what maybe frustrated a lot of people, especially coming on the heels of Rite Aid's, was the fact that, well, wait a minute, Branford's Walgreens is still open, North Haven's is open. In 2025, approximately 450 closures occurred around the country. So, you know, we're worried about our neck of the woods, obviously, but even though one's nearby, I think it was more about not lack of customers and everything else, but you know, that's the one that is still out there, but we're still trying to bring someone there. There's a couple of other the bigger places that I've heard a lot of and spoken to corporate real estate people about. So hopefully another one of those will be checked off the list sometime soon.
I hope so. So thank you for that. Is there anything else?
No.
There is no public comment, and we just need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 7:22. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.